Maybe your pops was tops. Maybe your father's a bother. If he's angry and mad or an absentee lad, no matter what kind you had, here's fuck you, Dad.
Welcome to another episode of Fuck You Dad, everybody. I am going to take care of some housekeeping stuff. We have housekeeping stuff. First of all, you just listened to the new theme song, which was done by Nolan Watts, fantastic musician. Check him out on Spotify. I think his name on Spotify is Texas Instrument, which is a funny joke about calculators.
Sure.
He has a banging single out right now. And we have a shout out to make, Kenyon, because we have our first, he he wanted to be called the king of Patreon. He joined our $10 level, which is called Prove 'em Wrong.
Prove 'em wrong, goddammit.
Because you got to prove them wrong.
Right.
So we got to shout out Rocky Wold. He's the first contributor. He's my best pal, and God bless him. If you hear this right now and you're like, God, I want a shout out on the Fuck You Dad podcast, you can do it by going to our Patreon, www.patreon.com/FUDad, and hopping on that Prove 'em Wrong tier. And you can eventually, I think what's going to happen is if we get enough people on that tier, we can get a video of my dad realizing how much money we make from the podcast, and the look on his face. We're proving him wrong. I mean,
it'll be beautiful.
Beautiful.
I always wanted to have like the $1 million tier. Nick didn't want to have it where we literally go fuck your dad. You pay us $1 million and we'll fly in and have sex with your father.
too many messed up people with a lot of money in this world.
Yeah. Just get flown out.
And our third thing is that this episode is so special because I believe it's our first collegiate athlete.
Oh, absolutely.
The very
we haven't
funny.
Had anybody who's done anything
No,
impressive.
not that physically. It's Alex Dragicevich.
Former collegiate athlete. I've had 2 packs of cigarettes in the last 3 days, guys. So don't.
This is like the VH1 downfall.
Yeah, this is that part. Yeah,
former
don't.
D1 athlete.
Do not. Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got 2 PBRs in front of him, recording
Yeah.
a podcast. Feels like you're about to launch into like a thing about QAnon. Like you're
Right.
really like bottomed out. You're like, no, I didn't make it to the major leagues because I was on to something. I
Right.
knew what it was all about.
Everything I just blame on my shoulder. You know, every problem.
So I have a ton of questions about leading up to, because you played for Notre Dame, correct?
Notre Dame and Boston College.
Hell yes, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So in high school, which we talk a lot about people's high school careers in this show,
Yeah.
were you the guy then? You must have been the guy on the basketball team.
High school was very fun for me.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It's
Really
like I'm
fun.
very
Tall and athletic.
Yeah.
High school was awesome. Yeah, I was the guy.
So how did you get funny?
I didn't grow until I was like a sophomore, so I wasn't. I was good, but I wasn't like that good
Okay.
when I was in high school. And then when I was like a sophomore, I grew to from 5'11" to 6'6".
damn.
Jesus.
That's like you became a mutant. Like as anyone sitting around, you were
Right. So
literally
you're just like a basketball player who's weird to like the best player on the team, and you can't really say he's weird anymore.
Yeah,
It looked like you turned into the Hulk. Like if someone saw around and sat around and saw that.
Right.
What
Yeah.
vaccine did you take?
Yeah.
I do remember people coming up to me and being like, "Are you taller now? Like, are you taller?" Like it was gradual. So people come up to me in the hallway.
It wasn't all one, yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't
So
like ripping out of your shirt in algebra class. Or,
I was still skinny. So, but yeah, I just I got bigger, and then so I had this. I had a good skill set, and then but just added like 7 inches. And I immediately became.
And then
like,
from
a
then
different-
it was
yeah.
just it was like it was girls, right? Parties. Were you that cool kid?
I
Or
was
were you
still
girls parties, fast cars.
I was still new to the. I remember I was still like very new to like being cool. I guess like as a sophomore. So then what happened was, so I was junior year. We had a really good team.
Yeah.
And we went really far in the state tournament, and people started to. And then I started getting more like college attention. And then this girl came up to me. This is how big of the change was.
Uh-huh.
This girl came up to me at a party after the basketball season, and then she goes, I just heard you were on the team as a sophomore. Like you were on the varsity team as a sophomore. I didn't know that. I thought you just joined the team this year as a junior. and I was the leading scorer as a sophomore. Like
Wow.
that's
That's how little anybody cared about. You're like, yeah, but he's 5'7". Like,
I was our leading scorer. Yeah, so it was like that's how like out of the cool group.
Nobody even noticed you.
I was.
You could literally be on top of the leaderboard, and they're like, "Who?"
Yeah, she was like, I didn't know you were on
Alex,
the team. I was our leading. Yeah, I averaged
Yeah.
20 a game as a sophomore.
Yeah.
So she was. Yeah, so
Yeah.
the fact that
it's really disheartening for the short men of the world out there.
yeah,
It's like
no,
you could be on top of the.
Well, no, I
basketball
had gone to
People
6'6" by the time I was a sophomore. So that's the thing. I was like throughout. it
That was your
just-
growing season, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, so
As that's
yeah.
crazy. You were powering up.
Right. So then by the end of that year, I was a good player. But yeah, I think that was so from sophomore year to junior year was like until I was like 17, I wasn't cool. Then from 17 and
Fascinating.
18.
I'm always
I was-
because
you came in late.
yeah.
That's why you're bearable.
Right, because
I
I
think
was
so.
like
Cool
'cause
the whole time. It's like you can't talk to that guy.
I agree. Yeah, so I wasn't like freshman year. There's like that group of guys that like every freshman sophomore year that like all the girls are talking to.
Yes,
like
yes.
my friends. I was on the peripheral because I was a basketball player, but I was never the.
You're not the go-to guy.
No, but then once we went. Once the team was really good and everything, people were going to the games.
You were like a poor man's popular kid.
I'm fascinated in those dynamics because I was always in. So I was in a massive high school, like 900 people were in my class.
Oh right, yeah.
And the top guys were our hockey team because I grew up in Minnesota.
Cool. Oh, cool, yeah.
And they
I've heard about
fucking
that.
levitated. Like they had the hair and
They-
the jersey and shit, and they
Yeah.
could get away with
Sounds like an
anything.
'80s movie. I don't.
Yeah, I've heard Minnesota high school hockey is like next level. I heard it's
And
great.
they're local celebrities too, because people fucking eat that shit up. And the
Mm-hmm.
hockey games were like electric, and they're like fighting people on the ice too. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like there's a whole bunch of.
No, they're
But
running
they're
on.
the
They're
worst
running on
people
knives
now.
to punch
Well,
people.
Now they're all like fucking. They were like selling Herbalife and
hockey dudes in college too were really sought after by women. They had those dudes have like amazing bodies and they're all
Yes.
like 5'11", so they're like or 6 foot, so they're like a normal height. You're not like a weird. They're like a rocked up, normal looking dude who's on a.
You sound very like jealous and resentful. They're not this weird,
rocked up.
not this weird giant curse to have to throw a ball in a hoop.
I think when I think
Don't
when-
walk the earth.
I think when I transferred, the girl I was dating at Notre Dame like fucked some hockey dudes, so I was like, I've always had
okay.
it out for them.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
So, playing college, what was do you have like a favorite a game experience?
Yeah, I mean, probably, yeah, some of my best. When we beat Syracuse and they're number one in the country, that was great.
You're saying it with the chill and confidence of someone who did that. You're like, yeah, when we beat Syracuse number one in the country, that was pretty chill, I guess.
No, it was great.
Like-
It was a very surreal experience because when we beat them, we were at Notre Dame. It was a Friday night too,
Oh,
or maybe
that's
a
gotta
Saturday
be
night.
the fucking shit,
And
dude. At home.
everyone just got back on campus. It was like a January game, and what happened was there's like 2 bars like that are downtown that are really popular. So obviously we all get to go in there immediately. Like,
Yeah.
we all just kind of pass up the line, whatever. And it's a sports bar, so there's like 20 TVs all around the bar, and the bar is just playing Sports Center. And all Sports Center keeps playing on loop is that like down goes number 1, like Syracuse.
Yes.
loses
Oh
to Notre
my
Dame.
god.
So
What a
the-
fantasy.
Yeah,
dude.
and they played 3 highlights the whole night. It was so like when they're talking about the game, there's
Yeah.
3 plays that's kind of B-roll that's going.
Right.
One was my friend dunking, another one was my other friend making a shot, and one was me making a 3. So like every so often I like get a beer from like the bar. And I just look up and just be me making a 3 at like 1 a.m. I was like, "What the fuck just?"
You would just go to the
Yeah.
bar and then see a montage of the greatest moment of your life.
Yeah.
That's how many people get to do that. You go to a bar
know.
and see like your wedding day, and you're like, "What the fuck?" I mean, how awesome would that be?
You get to watch yourself on Sports Center at 1 a.m. Like, it was a really euphoric. It was crazy, man.
So
You're like, whoa.
that's got the difference. So how different did it feel when did you first start doing stand up?
I was 23, so like 6 years ago.
Okay. And
I started doing stand-up right after college. Yeah.
Right after college, okay. Because the ego must have taken a big hit. I mean, you see yourself on Sports Center at a bar at 1 a.m., you know what I'm saying? You're a king of the fucking tits.
And then you go to a dive bar bombing.
Yeah.
Someone at a dive bar being like, get this fucking giant off stage.
Did you struggle with that at all? Or like was starting comedy, because I was already nothing. So like it didn't matter.
Yeah,
like bombing was like whatever, bro. So like to go from like really fucking killing it in one field and to do something totally different, did you struggle with like that transition at all?
I think it was a motivator to like get good, probably.
And you have that mindset too.
That's such an athlete answer.
Yes.
You're like, I think it just pushed me. You know what I mean? I think honestly, what I want to do is next seat. Like you should have like post set.
I do think
interview. He's like, okay, that was on me. The tags weren't ready.
Well, yeah, it's just
next set we'll really have them.
Honest, like 100% honestly, it really is just like. It's just like, I mean, like when I graduated from college and I came back to Chicago, obviously I had a lot of friends who are from the suburbs here, and I had friends who went to Notre Dame and Boston College who are here. So like they were all like going to like, you know, like the bars, like, you know, River North, Old Town, whatever. And they were going out and like partying till like 3 or 4 in the morning and just like kind of, I don't know. It was a brunch the next morning. It all felt, that just felt so like stale. So I just preferred, whether it was going well or not, like I just preferred be
kind of escape Groundhog's Day.
I would just rather be doing stand up than that.
And it's so cool when you start out too. Like
is it?
If you like it enough,
For
like
sure.
I mean, I was just astonished that I was technically doing stand up comedy.
And that was also something that was hard to explain to people, was like, especially when I was like 23, where they're like, why aren't you like playing professionally or overseas, you know? Why aren't you in Europe?
Oh, yeah.
I'd just be like, I don't know, I want to do this, you know? And I didn't know how to explain it.
You're like, well, I just don't want to do that.
Yeah, I
live in the Ukraine and just walk around.
I was just like, I think this is like better. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard to explain to anybody about.
Well, right, because objectively they'll be like, but you were a basketball player and likes you. And you're like, no, and I have a joke about what my girlfriend said now. I don't think you realize how what. No, it's like she said this. No, and I have like a clever retort.
I have a joke about what a weird thing a girl said during sex.
Yeah, like you ever been on Tinder and you kind of have like I got some hot takes on. Do you understand?
Yeah. I don't know what it was, dude. But I mean, you've been with me the past couple of days. I was bummed Sunday night, and I just like went to Zany's and watched a show.
Comedy just always is a solid move.
I could be in a comedy club every single night for the rest of my life, I think. So I don't know like if it's a like there's no like, it wasn't a conscious. I don't think it was super conscious. It was just like, I got to do stand up.
Yeah.
Like, where do I got to go?
It was calling
the man's
you.
goddamn destiny.
It calls people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes,
It's your destiny.
Just
remember this fruitful romance when you're just in Omaha. You know, and sleeping in your car feature.
Yeah.
Like I could be at a comedy club every night in your life. Mm-hmm. And guys, just like, listen, you have to sell appetizers during your set, or you ain't getting paid.
Yeah.
Can you plug the mozzarella sticks while you're up there?
Middling for like an 80s road hack, just being like, this is better than basketball.
The worst set of my life was when I was featuring technically, and I shouldn't have been. I was like a year in or something. And it was for a guy who went by the stage name Lil Cooter. Everybody, because his tagline was "Everybody loves a little cooter," which is like the creepiest fucking thing.
Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable as you said it.
Yeah, it's so creepy. And he was like in his 60s. He was like a beach comedian.
Right.
And
worst kind.
People had walkers in the and not even like regular walkers, like the walkers with tennis balls on them.
Right.
So old they can't handle friction, you know.
Yeah.
And all my jokes at that point were, I mean, they still are about like drugs, sex, drinking, fucking, all this stuff that they didn't want to hear about. At least not from me.
Yeah.
And I got the most difficult heckle, because normal heckles are like, "Boo, you suck," and then you can kind of come back from that. I got a no thank you that night.
Oh man.
From an elderly woman.
Yeah. Yeah, old women are pretty brutal.
Well, they don't have a lot of time left, and they're gonna say their thoughts, and that's what she thought.
Just love no thing, and you're just like, oh, never mind. You just like sit down.
That's literally
you just, like,
how
go
I
back
felt.
to community college. You're like, oh yeah, actually.
Like I brought her, like I was waiting on her table, and I brought her the wrong dish. I was like, oh yeah, no, I'll fix that.
And in a way, you did.
Yeah.
I mean, you did.
I do like a little setup, like in between a joke, where I say I'm gonna drink a lot after this set, and then I get into like drinking jokes.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna drink a lot after the set, and then just like last week, an old lady in the crowd just goes, "Me too."
All right. Okay, Gladys.
It's moments like that where you're like, God, that was really funny, but please don't do that.
But it's my turn.
Yeah,
it's my thing.
Yeah.
You can have fucking Applebee's. You can have the booth. Kill at the booth there.
Yeah.
Right. I got this stage for 20 minutes or whatever.
Right, and I wasn't even doing that bad. I was just like, fuck, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. Sometimes
did you acknowledge it?
It killed so hard. I don't really want to go into it.
You mean her saying me too, or
yeah,
you
her saying me too killed so hard. I was like, okay.
She just left on that.
Yeah,
that's my time.
You just handed her the mic and,
Yeah.
and calmly left the stage. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like, it killed so hard. I don't want to talk about it. That's my clip actually. It's just her is the
Yeah.
setup and then her saying me too.
Yeah, there's
And
nothing.
that went viral on TikTok.
To an old lady saying that shit.
Yeah.
So, and where did you grow up, Alex?
The suburbs of Chicago, Northbrook.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, North Shore.
And so I feel like, I mean, you were the funny guy on the basketball team? Like your whole life? Was that because you must have been playing basketball.
Yeah, in college, yeah.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. Where do you think, like, when did you start to realize you were funny, you think?
Not on this podcast.
Definitely, for sure not on this podcast.
Folk music. I was like, he knows we can't see the montage he's singing, right? I'm just talking to him right now. This Lord Huron plays in his head.
Yeah, I tried. Hey, don't you guys feel like this? Don't you guys feel like you've been trying to make people laugh in every conversation you've ever been in your whole?
I used to have bit like elementary school. Remember, I'd say something and someone would laugh and I'd be like, "Keep that one. Say that." To like later people, and I'm like, you tell that story, add some tags there, and so you had like a high five.
Yeah,
like
say at recess.
Yeah. My brother had my brother's older than me, and his friends would be over all the time. I was just trying to clown, like be a clown for them. I just all the time, like every.
And then when I first did stand up that first time, it clicked. It was like, oh, this is what I've been doing the entire time. In my brain, I've been trying to be like writing little or thinking of things to say to people to make them laugh and stuff. So I did feel it
all came together.
Yeah. It all came together.
Well,
yeah,
because you do feel like when you realize why people, like for me, I realized why people thought I was annoying at parties was because I was trying to find a stage there.
Yeah.
And now it's really nice. It's nice to be able to do stand up and be just very like normal at social functions.
Well, it's so funny that like if you go to a comedian house party, there's almost like no music. Because everyone's in their own little space, sort of like yelling at each other.
Sure.
And it's loud, but in a different way. And I think it's because everyone wants to be, but everyone's kind of trying to be funny a little bit, and everyone's kind of fucked up. And then if you go to a regular party, almost no one's talking to each other because that's not something that they're good at. It's just like loud ass music and
no, but people are trying to be funny at parties for sure. Everyone tries to like if you go to like a normal
everyone's trying to
social gathering, people are trying to do like dumb shit. But it's but the nice thing about doing stand up is that when you go to those things, you can just kind of watch people.
Yeah,
because you're like I already have a part of my day.
As long as they don't know that you do stand up,
right? Which
once
is fine.
that happens, then it's,
it's nice now too because they're like when people try to size you up, you go to a friend's party and they're like, oh yeah, Alex is stand up, and they're like where do you perform? I'm like anywhere you've been here.
You're
just like where
you're like come out and see me in front of 300 people.
Yeah, like where do you go? They're like, do you go to Zane? Yeah, I go to Zane.
Yeah.
Do you laugh at? Yep, I'm there too. I was there last night. So it's like it's just like it's nice to just go to a party and you become like I feel like I've become just more of like a listener at parties. You know, more than like I
sound enlightened.
What's that?
Sound enlightened.
Well, you just
sound
don't
like you're a monk. You're like, I
why
became
would
a real
you- why-
listener.
like,
I
why
got really into. Well, I'll tell you why. Because the fucking void's never filled, Alex.
No,
I don't care if I
dude.
just get killed 2 shows. I'm gonna make these people fucking laugh.
Nah, man,
I got
if you-
I got the Grand Canyon in my soul, motherfucker. I don't care.
If you like spent
no.
all day writing and you kill 2 shows, you go to a party. For me, at least, I'm usually just like,
Alex, that's the third set. Alex, that's the third
That's
set.
the third set.
I go in the car.
I'm like
I don't
you,
give
though.
a fuck.
I get filled up.
I don't.
If I get a nice
go whatever.
satisfaction,
I don't know
2
because the
shows,
other
man, I
shows
get
that
filled
gives
up.
me the confidence to even be funnier at this party.
That's
That's
is
the
true.
truth.
I'm
Because
sure
normally-
that's what people say.
I'm
sure there's like, it's like-
just drunk and
yeah,
screaming.
Yeah.
I'm just really, I'm just
That
bleeding
guy,
it
that
out.
guy we don't know, Kenyon, was real loud tonight.
Yeah, he just came in.
Supporting my family.
Screaming. It's a call back to a conversation we had before the pod.
Okay, Alex. We haven't even touched on. Let's. I'm trying to figure out a good dad question for you. Did your dad play basketball?
In high school, yeah.
Okay.
In Minnesota, actually, yeah.
Oh yeah, where at?
Duluth North. I
Oh,
believe.
wow.
Duluth. He's from Duluth, yeah.
Damn, he's a real northerner.
He's up there.
He's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
he's got the voice too.
Yeah, like when we would go to visit his side of the family, they all live on one lake, and they all pretty much instead of like I've never seen them drive their cars. They just drive snowmobiles and 4-wheelers.
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
Yeah, so
I
they're
dude,
cool, man. They're
snowmobiles
really.
are the most dangerous, cool thing in the world.
I really do feel like they have life figured out in Duluth because you just everything is insanely like cheap in a way that we couldn't even imagine. Everything's cheap.
Well, you pay differently. You
Right,
pay. You
of
pay
course.
in. I can't. The cold, dude. The wind.
Right.
The rain?
I know what you're saying, but it's not. But it's
The suicide.
the suicide. Yeah, that one murder like 3.
Oh yeah, there's that. There's always a couple murders up there.
But yeah, I just feel like they've got it. They fish. They hang out. They hunt and
Right.
they
Yeah.
eat and
You just
drink.
get hammered to get on a 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
And they're like, why are you chasing your dream? You're like, the dream's right here, brother.
Yeah,
It's like, they're just like,
you
there's a
do
6-pack and a 4-wheeler.
I think I've had it because I would visit them over summer, so I'd take like the pontoon out on the lake, and you're just like, oh yeah, this
That's
is
beautiful.
probably how you should live your
Oh,
life.
yeah.
you
Pontoons
know?
out
Just,
on
like,
the lake
You
is-
should just like
yeah.
live on a lake and
Chill
not like try to not try to fill a void. You know.
Yes.
No, not
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to fill the void.
Get
constantly. Well, we'll
Instagram
try to get
followers.
there one day. One day we'll try to get to a
Isn't
point
it-
where we can live in the pond.
I'm so delusional. I think that I'm doing comedy to try to buy a house on a lake and not do it again. But really,
Right.
it's
No.
just it's an addiction that is never gonna
For sure.
be filled.
But yeah,
But-
he played basketball.
Did he coach you at all? Was he ever your coach? Was he that dad?
He wasn't a coach. He was pretty. He was pretty hard on me, but yeah, he never coached me on a team or anything like that.
Did you? So you had like backyard sessions?
Yeah, but he like it was his like direction was like mostly about like effort and
Oh, okay.
and like hard work and like understanding the like the discipline of it. So if he caught me like not shooting in the driveway one day, he'd be like, "You're gonna fall behind, and it's gonna be."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just giving you anxiety.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, he was like, if you don't play today, he's like, there's someone else who will. It's gonna be
All that stuff. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it was constant. That was constant for sure.
Sometimes though, I wish my dad did that with soccer because I was pretty good at soccer, but I
Sure,
never
blame
did the
him.
backyard sessions.
Blame the dad.
Well, he got mad at
him.
me for leaving a can out with no coaster. Then he'd be like, "You have no ambition."
Yeah.
That's when he'd give me that kind of talk.
That speech.
But my mom was equally as tough too. So they're just like it was coming from everywhere. So you're just
Maybe
like,
they had a plan to breed a great athlete and a great comedian. They're like, we need to be
Yeah, together as one. It's
so
like Yao
hard
Ming.
on him. He's such a good athlete, and then way too hard on him so that he does comedy.
yeah, I don't know. They were both like very, but they like to joke around too. Like they were
Okay.
very. My mom thinks she's like hilarious. Like she never.
She thinks
She never lands a joke. Nothing ever lands. She's at parties like just spouting off.
My
And,
mom's funny without trying because she Her big killer, her closer, is fucking up a famous person's name in a way that's like I'll give you an example. So we were drunk in England with our friends, and she got so excited because they were talking about baseball. We were trying to explain to them baseball, and she goes, "If you want to know anything about baseball, you got to look at Jarek Dieter."
Oh my!
And then she goes, "Oh wait."
No.
And then she makes herself.
That's kind of pure though.
It's Derek Jeter.
That's like just such an innocent.
Yeah, she Peter Pans after that.
There is some there's dad jokes and there's mom jokes. That is a great mom joke.
Yes,
It's a great mom joke.
She's great for that. Mm-hmm. I want to do like a YouTube thing where I show her a face of a famous person and have her try to guess the name, because sometimes she's like, she goes Spevin Casey, that kind of shit.
Oh, really? So your mom just has dyslexia. Your mom's just disabled, and you're like, that's just great jokes here. I'm like, your mom has a clear disorder and hasn't been able to read for 30 years. Your mom's just illiterate. So,
Dragicevich, you have a quick story about your dad before we get out of here?
A quick story about my dad.
Maybe one time did you ever did you ever push back against his big speeches or anything?
Time it went off on you.
Maybe did he catch you smoking weed or something?
No, I didn't smoke weed. I didn't really do anything too.
Just something.
I think. Yeah, it's in hindsight, it's funny and how calm he was, because he could yell.
Yeah.
But like one time he we were in the basement, me and my brother, we were playing Xbox, and I think he could hear it through the vent a little bit. He told us to go to bed. And we're like, all right, we'll go to bed, and then we didn't go to bed.
Yeah,
and he just comes downstairs, he rips the Xbox.
I love that dad.
Yeah,
I love that dad.
He just walks upstairs. He's like, follow me. And we're like, what? And he's he just takes us out to the garage. He's holding the Xbox. He's like, you guys playing this thing? We're like, yeah. He's fucking.
Oh my god!
No way!
That's like a $300 fucking. My god!
He chucks on the ground. He just goes, play it now. He just goes to bed.
I love how you're just I can't think of a story. And you just stared out the distance for a second, well, there's this one time, and he just picked up an Xbox.
Well, he did shit like that.
Chucked it on the ground.
That's
a $300 move. See, my dad, that's too broke. You can't throw away arguably one of the most expensive things in the house.
Yeah.
On the ground. But your dad has enough where he's like, no, this is going to play it now.
Kenyon's dad is more like, listen, I pawned the Xbox,
Yeah.
but I got this metal detector.
Yeah.
There's treasure in the backyard.
That's exactly the move. No.
Yeah.
If he's taking the Xbox, he's like, you guys like playing this. You have plenty to play as they sell this Xbox and put it all in the Mets.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was
I would have lost my mind because I was a huge video game kid.
I
did the same thing
how
all the
did that
time.
feel? Just as a kid, that would crush your. That guy went right on. That's like if he shot your fucking dog in the head.
Yeah.
Dude, it was like that, it was just shit, it was like a fear-based home.
Yeah.
Look, you just stared up for you're just describing Soviet Union. It's like one step out of line.
Well, we were
just follow the grand leader, and they got no fucking problems.
It was
man.
a scare. Yeah, you're just scared of him, So I don't really.
Jesus, you smashed the Xbox on the ground.
It was super calmly too.
There's something in the family budget where he's
he did it like mob style, with a straight face. He didn't really.
No, he asked me, he's like, "Do you like playing this?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Did you already know in your head where you're like, "I know this"?
I did say yeah.
Was it next to a pile of broken Xboxes? Is it like the 11th Xbox that had been?
No.
And you're like,
we didn't get one for a long time after that.
Because
now video games are a secret thing after that.
Yeah, dude, it was. We got another one. I didn't get another one until I got to high school, so I was probably in 7th grade. I think my mom got me one when I was a freshman.
Oh, the man took video games out of commission for 3 years.
Yeah,
that's a fucking wild.
Yeah, it was just I don't know, man. He was just they came from my mom was doing my grandma's taxes when she was 12 because they were Serbian. That was
okay, yeah.
That's just kind of that's just kind of the style, man. It's a very hardcore.
All of us had. I mean, Kenyon has
you're second or third generation, or
no? My mom's from El Salvador.
Yeah, mom's from El Salvador. My dad's from England, so he
This guy.
That's still an immigrant. People fight on me. That's an immigrant. You know what I mean?
But it's not a hard. It's like moving to Massachusetts.
Who the
It's
fuck
like
does
moving
this guy
from
think?
Florida to Massachusetts. It was the
My
hard journey.
I get it. My dad's from England.
I get it. The hard journey.
You're a psycho.
If
If there's any country that Americans revere, it's people from England.
You're true. He did get a boost from it.
Yeah,
I think
that's
we
think
people
that's
just think it's cool.
cool.
There's no one spitting on him on the
privilege.
street.
It's privilege. It's
He
privilege.
wasn't standing in line for work. It was just
No, he wasn't. He
it's
opened
like
his mouth and
it's like if
people
he
were,
went to
hired.
spring break and just was like, I'll just live here now. That's the experience.
If you said you come from an immigrant family, I think I would like punch you. Dude, like, that's so lame.
That's
to
why I
say
stopped
that.
doing that joke.
Yeah, I come from an immigrant. What? No, you don't, dude.
You mean the place where the language we're speaking's from? Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, but elaborate on how you can relate to me.
Well, he had anger problems, so I do get.
that's fair. That's
and
fair,
he
yeah.
did
Different cultures.
different cultures.
No, I understand.
different
No, I
cultures.
understand.
And he did once. He got pissed off at the video games, but he never went as far as to break it. And I think it's because he bought it.
It's the money thing. Because that's what I like about his dad. His dad had like a budget where it's like, what's this $300 thing to write? It's like letting him know.
Yeah.
Like teaching these fucking kids a lesson.
Yeah.
That's what.
It's true.
I remember there was once, and now I think it was like sex related because I think he was trying to have sex with my mom, but we were still awake. Like it was like a sleepover or something because it was in front of my friends. And he came downstairs and he was like, "It's 1 o'clock in the fucking morning. You need to go to bed." And everyone was like scared. And I was like, "It's fine. It's fine. He's not going to do anything." And then like 1:45 comes around and he comes downstairs and he's like, "Right." And he did take he took like the controllers, you know? He didn't break it, but
Yeah, dude, dad's taking the video games is real.
it really shuts the vibe down too because
Yeah.
mom taking the video games is like, okay, I guess we'll play board games or something. But dad taking it is like, no, this is game over.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done.
That's done now.
Well, thank you so much for coming on, Alex. Do you have anything you want to plug before you go?
Nah, it's I'm at Alex Drags on Instagram. That'd be great.
Okay.
Just
Awesome.
I am on your show at the Comedy Bar the day after this comes out.
Oh, cool.
Saturday night,
Sweet.
October 9th. So if you're
Check Nick out.
come
God
out
damn
to
it.
the Comedy Bar, you can because you're going to be there, right? You host that bad
I think
boy.
I'll be there. Yeah, I might not. I don't know. I haven't
He might be too
decided.
cool
Yeah.
to even come to his own show.
Who knows?
I don't like doing it a lot.
Yeah, all right. Alex may kill himself after this pod. But anyway, thanks for coming on. It's a fun time.
Hey guys, you just listened to another episode of Fuck You Dad. If you could follow us on our Instagram, which is FCKYOUDAD podcast. That's the important one. We also have a Twitter account, which is FCKYOUDADPODCA1. If you could follow that. Also, please submit any father stories that you have that you'd like us to make fun of, laugh at, or share. Shoot that to our Instagram DMs. And if you could please go ahead and rate the podcast, share the podcast with your friends and family that might enjoy it, and keep listening. Thank you so much.